What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Marcus,
And Dante?
and this is the Real Talk Radio podcast.
Yes,
Man, we're
sir.
finally together. We've been talking about putting together a podcast for years.
Man,
And how do you feel about it, man?
dude, hella excited, man. We used to talk about doing like videos, podcasts when we were kids all the time. We actually have a couple videos that we've uploaded on here like years and years ago. We'll definitely get into that
Yes, we'll
a little bit
absolutely
down the
talk about
road.
that.
But yeah, man, glad to be here finally. Glad that this was actually achievable because for a long time, like we didn't think it was going to be like doable to do music reviews over like a Zoom call. So
Yeah, and
this
that's the
actually
thing.
works out great.
So I'm in St. Louis, the Lou. I'm from Arizona, and that's where my brother stays now.
Yes,
So
sir.
we've always wanted to react to music together, talk about hip hop, R&B, music news, and just stuff that's going on in the world in general. I mean, we're both really into sports. We're not super into politics, I would say, but we like to know what's going on in the world around us, and
For
we like
sure.
to talk about sometimes controversial topics, just whatever's piquing our interest at the time. So
Yeah.
why don't you tell them a little bit about yourself and what you do?
So I am a veteran. I served 6 years in the military. I got out for a little bit and was working for an insurance company for a little bit while, but for a little bit, but then ended up going to decided to go to college, and then I was like, I don't know if I want to go to college. So then I picked up personal training, and I'm a full time personal training and online fitness coach now. And trying to get more into my content bag. This is just another avenue of that, but yeah, personal trainer and father of two. I have a daughter. Her name is Hazel. She's 4. My son, his name's River. He's 2. And they're amazing kids. You guys will see them all over the camera. They love to be in front of the camera. So definitely
Yes,
excited
family
to
man.
family man. Oh, my wife, Sam, of course, my love. She's amazing. My ride or die. Fully supports me in all of this. So glad to have her by my side. She's awesome. You guys will also be seeing a lot of her. So yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah, so that family content is up on TikTok, Instagram,
yeah,
getting some stuff going on YouTube.
yeah.
Dante's been much more on TikTok and Instagram, and I've
Yeah.
kind of been doing YouTube for a little bit.
So now
Small time,
we're
nothing
here to
crazy.
mesh. We're here to mesh them
Yeah, for
together
sure,
now.
for sure. How long you been doing the personal training?
Personal training, you know what, will be a year in July. So May, June, July.
Great.
So about two months it'll be a year. So
True entrepreneur shit. None of that, not that fake pyramid scheme shit.
right, right. No, I wish because I'd probably be a
Real
lot
shit.
richer.
No, man, you're doing your thing on your own, and it's going great. And I'm
Appreciate
glad
you,
to
brother.
see all the things that we've talked about you doing and that you've been talking about doing
Yeah,
actually start to come to fruition. So that's
yeah.
awesome.
And this is
But
just one of them. This is one of them right here. We've been talking about doing
yeah,
this, and it's fucking dope to see
absolutely.
it actually come, to light, and it looks so
Yeah,
good and sound great. So it's awesome.
yeah, it's only up from here. But yeah, I'm Marcus. Like I said, I've been doing content on YouTube for a little bit on my channel, Marcus EDC. That is EDC Everyday Carry. So basically, EDC is anything that you carry on your person in your day to day. If you go out every day and you put a pen and chapstick in your pocket, that's your EDC. For me, that includes knives, firearms, flashlights, pens, anything you could think of, hankies, wallets,
He's got it all.
anything that I'm carrying. I like to be handy. I like to, when people, need a flashlight, want to look in some place dark, need to cut a piece of thread off of their clothing. I got a lighter, I've got knives, I've got multi tools, all that shit. I just like to be handy. And obviously, firearms, worst case scenario, if stuff happens, I want to be able to protect myself and the people that I love and the people that are surrounding me. So, we'll absolutely talk more about firearms.
For sure.
I am a firearms instructor. Uh, I think a former USCCA firearms instructor at this point. I think I lost my credentials, but I still do teach entry level firearms ownership, how to shoot handguns, rifles, shotguns, all your basic entry level stuff up at my local range. I do that part time. I'm a manufacturing salesman, 9 to 5. That's my day job. That's what puts food on the table. It's what pays the bills. And I've been doing that for a little over 7 years now. I got picked up by a small company here in St. Louis, and small family owned company, friend of a friend, family friend kind of hired me on. They met me when I was 18. And it's a perfect example of you never know who your boss is going to be, because I met him at a Cinco de Mayo party that we actually threw at my house, and they got wasted in my backyard. And there was no reason for me to be professional with these people at all. But you know me, I'm polite, I'm courteous, I don't know, I'm around adults and I'm 19 years old, 18 years old. And, there's a certain way that I'm acting there, even though I was letting loose a little bit. But a couple years later, they had an opening for a entry level sales spot, and I jumped at the opportunity. And now I'm at a position to where hopefully in the next couple years we'll be able to purchase the company. So that'll be awesome. But yeah,
Oh yeah.
YouTube has been a passion of mine. Content creation has been a passion of mine. I do watch reviews over on the channel, knife, gun reviews, all sorts of cool stuff over there. So definitely check that out. But here's where we're going to do a lot of yapping.
A lot of
Oh, we're going to
yapping.
talk on this channel, bro.
A lot of yapping. Yeah, for sure. A lot of arguing probably as well.
Yeah. So do you want to give them a little bit of context to maybe our hip hop background? So
Yeah.
let's start at the beginning. What kind of got you into hip hop, and maybe who are some of your favorite artists?
Got me into hip hop. I'm trying to think. I mean, growing up, my parents. I know your parents didn't listen to a lot of
Hmm.
rap, but my parents always listened to rap. We were listening to
Hmm.
Tupac, Biggie Smalls. Um,
Yep.
I remember singing T Pain's "Bartender" in the backseat of the car. Had no reason singing that.
Right.
But what I would say when I started to really like dive into hip hop and like start looking at the overall like production of it and the lyricism of it, honestly, I would say this is gonna sound nuts to a lot
No,
of
go ahead.
people, but it was when Travis Scott dropped Days Before Rodeo. And he's not a like there's no crazy bars in that, but
Hmm.
the production in it was so crazy for me that it just had me looking into all these different things. Because Kanye takes a little, or not Kanye, Travis Scott took a little bit of Kanye. He took a bit of Kid Cudi in that. Like you can hear him pull these different things, a little bit of Young Thug, like all these different elements to create like what I thought was like a flawlessly produced album. I thought that thing was crazy. And then so that kind of had me. I was late to Kanye, so I think that
So how
was
how old are we at this point?
damn. I was a freshman or a sophomore.
Okay.
I was a
And
freshman or
and for a
sophomore.
little bit of context on our age, I was born in November 96 and my brother was born in January 97. So go ahead and do the math.
Yeah, very close,
So
very
you're
close.
a sophomore at this time.
Yeah.
So
So
prior
before
to that, is
then,
it kind of just casual hip hop listening?
I'm just listening to mainstream, what's on the radio, like what I hear in the car,
Okay.
stuff like that. I'm not like doing my own searches, but I will say, you know what? And that's a lie because I remember the eighth grade going into freshman year. Was that summer that when Drake dropped
Uh Thank Me Later.
Thank Me Later? Was that
Yeah,
that
that
eighth grade
was
summer?
that. I don't know if we were in high school yet, so it had to have been. It
I think so.
was like
Cause
2010.
yeah. And I think that was a big one for me too, because I had never really consistently listened to music for a like lengthened point in time all fucking day. Like we ran
Like an
that
album,
like the album, we ran that album
like 15
constantly,
times.
constantly. That thing was playing on something. And so
A
that
little boombox.
a little it was that silver one, huh?
Yep.
Yeah.
Had like the cassette player in it and everything.
Yeah. So like that, I remember I never that was like the first time that I had like really listened to music for like and like was able to literally get all the lyrics from that weekend that we listened to all those.
That's crazy. Because to me, so to go into a little bit of how I got into it. So no, my parents didn't like listen to hip hop in the way of like how a hip hop head listens to hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
They casually liked the California Loves and the Big Papas that came on the radio. They loved 90s art rap. My dad liked Ice Cube, he liked NWA, he grew up in the 80s, but they were casual listeners to what was mainstream. They
Okay,
weren't
yeah.
going and buying the albums
I
like
guess
all the
that's how my
time. Like,
parents were.
okay. But so I guess I started a little bit earlier than it. Mine was in 2007. So we were in fourth grade.
Damn.
And I bought with money. I don't remember what money. It was like birthday money or something. I went to the music store and I sat and listened to music all day. And I ended up with none other than a Jay-Z album,
Damn.
the Blueprint 2. Or was it? It was the Blueprint,
So that
the
was your
regular
first
Blueprint.
your first CD?
No, it wasn't my first CD. It was probably my first rap CD.
What was your first CD?
I had CDs young, dude. Funny enough, one of the Bad Boy mixtapes was one of my first CDs.
Okay.
It's Bad Boy for Life. We ain't go win nowhere.
Yeah, I still
That's one of my
remember
first.
my first CD, and this is what I mean by like I wasn't listening to a lot of rap. My first CD
Mhm.
was Akon at the
Okay.
Convicted album, which was a
Oh, dude, mine was
fire album.
Confessions, Usher.
And that another fire album. There was such good music
Another
coming
one I
from
listened
there.
to a lot at the time was Chris Brown by Chris Brown.
A staple. Did you see
Crazy.
he got locked up in London for doing too much again?
What, like just now?
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't see that.
yeah,
I'm not up on the Chris Brown forums.
yeah.
But no, back then, Chris Brown was like the greatest thing since sliced bread that I thought.
Man, I used to try and we were trying to do all the dances, all the
Yes, we
Jabberwockies
did,
dances
dude.
and stuff.
Jabberwockies dances, Soldier Boy. We were
Yeah,
learning all this stuff, dude. But yeah. So Jay Z, that album, when I listened to that, and I learned at 10, 11 years old about Jay Z versus Nas,
yeah. So I
and
had no
I
idea.
didn't know, I didn't understand all the nuances behind it. I didn't catch all the double entendres. I obviously didn't catch any of the bars about Jay Z talking about any luxury product or
Yeah,
place in Europe or
right.
car or whatever. But I knew that they didn't like each other. I knew that there was a Jay Z song going at Nas and calling him a ballerina and all
Yeah,
this stuff. And there was a Nas song going at Jay Z saying all the stuff that he said in Ether. And so, but for some reason, Jay Z resonated with me. And I think it's kind of what you were saying about Ray Vaughn, about him being clear and
yeah,
like the bars are just there in front of your face.
yeah.
And he had a slower flow, which I learned later that he switched from Reasonable Doubt because his first album,
Mm,
he came out kind of fast paced, kind of rapidy. And on Blueprint, he slows it down a lot and gets on his bravado, his luxury talk. So that's where that came in. But that's really where my hip hop influence came in, was from Jay Z and from New York in itself. And this is my lovely fiance Amanda to talk about me being a family man. We just got engaged in September 2024,
I
and
thought
so
you were
yeah,
about to
we're
say something else.
oh no,
You said family.
uh,
You said family, man. I said
no, we're getting the family
My
started.
fiance.
Oh,
Yep,
okay.
future misses. We will be walking down the aisle October 3rd, 2026, and
Why she got
probably
that on?
immediately starting to have kids.
Why she got that on?
Why she got that on?
Yeah.
It's a future misses shirt.
Oh, she's just rocking
She's
it.
not a missus yet. Yeah,
Oh,
she's
okay.
rocking it.
Oh, I didn't know if you guys were like taking pictures or something.
Shorts say fiance vibes.
Fiance.
Just
Oh,
some
okay.
gifts we've gotten from
Oh, dope.
the engagement party and whatnot.
Hell yeah.
And this is the one who supports me in all my endeavors and sitting in here and listening to hip hop for the last 3 hours, because the today is May 20th and the rap world was caught on fire today. So we
Yeah.
picked a hell of a day to start this.
Yeah, we really did.
Love you.
Love you.
So,
But yeah,
You kids have fun.
we will. But no, so Jay-Z is how I got into hip hop, the bravado raps, the luxury stuff, and the way that he was able to double entendre, and also the way that he was giving game.
yeah.
Like the way that he said, I'm giving you $1 million worth of game for $9.99 on 444. He was doing that his whole career. And I felt like I was learning stuff when I listened to Jay-Z. I felt like I was getting schooled. And so like I really liked that aspect of it. That's why I think I'm into lyrics a lot now today.
That's fair. That's fair.
But yeah, so I know we talked a little bit about Drake. What are some other favorite artists that you got right now?
Right now, dude, I have been in my R&B bag. I love
Heavy.
R&B, bro. I love
Heavy.
R&B.
So we're gonna, sorry not to cut you off, but we're
No,
gonna
you're good.
talk a lot about hip hop here. But
Yeah.
we both have a strong passion for R&B,
Yeah.
and I don't think we talk about that much.
Not much, no. Because I mean, there's not
So we're
much
gonna
to
have to get into that.
dissect with R&B. You know, you just want
It's
to
like, oh, that's fire.
yeah. But I mean, on Mariah the Scientist's new album or new song, there's
Mhm.
something to dissect there. So there's some crazy shit. So
Okay.
we can talk about that. But
Okay, yeah,
a video for another time.
for sure. So heavy on the
yeah.
R&B.
Heavy on the R&B. I've really been liking Friday, and there's another dude whose voice is deep. I forget what his name is. Friday and somebody else, but I've been liking that deeper kind of melodic R&B lately. Has been hitting hard.
I just need love songs, bro. I'm tired of all this single popping ass and F you and I'm gonna cheat on this and cheat on that and how many hoes can I get? I want love songs, bro.
That's what
So
I'm
like
saying.
when Mooney
Friday.
Long dropped made for me,
Yeah,
it's like such a breath of fresh air, bro. And like I feel like
that's
people
a
don't
great
talk
album.
about stuff like that.
That's a great album.
The Mooney Long,
Very good.
fire.
Very
I
actually
sent
that
you.
we gotta look that one over because I think when it came out, I was like, this thing might win a Grammy. Like, this is really good.
No, for sure. Very, very, very good singing. She's got a great voice. She's got a good ear for beats,
I saw her
and it
live.
sounds modern. Saw her live. How was
I
that?
saw her live. Yeah, she opened for Chris Brown last year. It was great. She
Good
sounded great.
performance.
We actually heard I think it was right before Made for Me dropped and she performed it live. We were like, what fucking song is this?
Oh wow.
But
Okay,
yeah, it was
that's
super it
awesome.
was super dope.
Yeah, I like Mooney Long, Ravina, Mariba. I know I sent you that album earlier this
Mariba.
year. Did you ever tap into that? I like just sent you a screenshot and said R&B vibes.
Nah, I don't think I did.
We'll have to get into that on the show because that's a fantastic album. We're gonna go back a couple years, but I've been listening to a lot of Adele lately.
Adele?
That last Adele album, bro, 30.
Really?
Did you listen to anything off of that?
No.
Bro,
I
I'm
didn't
telling
sleep
you,
on Adele.
Adele's one of the goats, bro.
Okay. All right.
Like, I don't mention very many people in the same breath as Whitney Houston and Mariah Carey. Like fire, like the one of the best of all time. Like it's on my bucket list now.
Voices.
Insane, amazing, and they're kicking our ass in acting.
Yeah, they are.
We're gonna talk about TV shows and movies on this show as well because I think my brother's gonna be probably more of the TV and movie expert, but
I love that
definitely
shit.
into that stuff too.
Yeah, I love that shit for sure.
But yeah, we just wanted to give you a quick recap of who we are. I know we kind of got off on a tangent there a little bit, but this is our show and that's what we're going to be talking about.
And you guys will learn a lot more as we go through, like just through the little bits of videos. We'll probably backtrack a couple years by and relate to something.
Oh, for sure.
Currently, so you guys will start to get a lot of insiders of who we are too. So it'll be dope.
Absolutely. No. So yeah, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. But most of all, what is most important to me, at least, and I know we haven't talked about this, but comment down below. Yeah. What are your favorite artists? Who got you into hip hop? What are some of your hobbies? What do you want to see us talk about? Because I want to build a community. I want people to engage with the content. I could give a damn about if we get 100,000 views, but if that 100,000 view video only has 25 comments, I'm going to feel a way about it.
Exactly.
So I want to build a community. Let's go ahead and engage in the comments and let's get this rolling, man. I'm excited.
Let's talk about something.
Let's talk about it, man. Real Talk Radio.
Real Talk Radio. Let's talk.
All right, man. We're out. Peace. Yes, sir.